walking around here, it's a clear sign that the economy has actually recovered. People have a lot more choice. The market is hugely competitive, and I think that's a good thing because we all have to be on our best game as the market is pretty hot at the moment. People are looking to get into technology, for example. So I work in the technology space, and that's great. So we have people from different disciplines who are getting into the technology space too as well. And we are looking for that kind of person. We are looking for people with potential who want to get into something like technology and who want to grow their career with a company like Fidelity.
Are there any particularly challenging areas in recruitment? Are there any areas you struggle to hire for?
There are particular areas, and so anything around data, for example, is hugely competitive. But I will say that any recruitment that we have done, and we have been recruiting for the last number of years, not just this year, we have managed to find the right people and fill the positions because we think our value proposition is pretty compelling for people who are interested in a career.
So staff diversity is becoming a flashpoint in the industry. Do you have a diversity policy at Fidelity?
We absolutely do. Diversity is one of the cornerstones of the Fidelity strategy, and we have a number of diversity initiatives ongoing. In actual fact, just recently, Steve Neff, our Chief Technology Officer, participated in InspireFest and was one of the keynote speakers. And he spoke about innovation through diversity, but also diversity driving innovation. So that's one of the fundamental reasons why diversity is so important to us. It also helps us reflect our customer base. So I'll give you some numbers. Over 30% of our organisation is female. Half of my leadership team is female. We have over 30 nationalities represented in Fidelity Ireland alone. And that helps us drive innovation within the organisation. We recently became signatories of the European Charter on Diversity, so that signals the importance in which Fidelity holds diversity. We also have just recently launched a couple of what we call employee resource groups, which are sponsored from the top of the organisation. So one around our Asian group within the organisation, which is growing in Ireland, and also one around LGBT, our Pride ERG. In addition to that, we have communities within Fidelity, such as the Women's Network Group, that help people with shared interests, shared backgrounds, come together and support each other. And that also gets support from the top of the house.
Great. Okay, so outside of experienced hires, what are the avenues for employment at Fidelity?
We have a number of different avenues. So obviously, as you say, there's the experienced hires, and we certainly are looking for those people who have skills and experience, but also people who have the potential and want to grow. We also look at our graduate intake. So we're very proud of our graduate intake program. We branded it LEAP. It's been in existence for a number of years, very, very successful. In actual fact, the LEAP program originated in Ireland a number of years ago. So again, we're very proud of that in Ireland. And that consists of 6 months training, 3 of that in the classroom, where candidates achieve skills, hard skills such as engineering, analysis, depending on whatever stream they're involved in, but also 3 months working on a project which has direct business impact and implications. That's reinforced by an internship that we do once every year. We bring in quite a number of interns, and again, they're applied to the projects. They get real business experience, plus learning how to work in a real work environment. And we have an objective of converting 50% of our intern class into our graduate program.
So what do you look for from candidates?
We look for a number of different things. So obviously there's what I would call the hard skills, which is, do you have the background and the skills to do the job that we're asking you to do? But in addition to that, and almost as important, is the softer skills. So that's all about how you communicate, how you collaborate, do you work well as part of a team? All of those things are hugely important because we're a global organisation and we work on a day-to-day basis with our colleagues in the US, with our colleagues in China and our colleagues in India. It's not absolutely necessary for every candidate to tick all of the boxes in terms of the hard skills. But we look for potential. We look for people who have the foundation on which we can build, and we have a lot of internal courses that we do apply to incoming candidates to kind of fill out those hard skill gaps. But the softer skills are important to us, and also somebody who wants to stay with us and wants to progress their career.